Our last trek into the world of words was quite meandering, wasn't it? Well, fittingly, the etymology of the word sun is in no way mysterious like the shrouded linguistic origins of its counterpart, the moon. You can follow an unbroken chain right the way up from sun, sole, sol, sonne, and a host of other modern words to the Proto-Indo-European sochul. Far from a letdown, the directness of this history is fascinating in itself, and even more fascinating in the few instances of a more roundabout origin of a word for sun. A couple of interesting exceptions exist among Indo-European languages. According to Ranko Matasevich, the Goidelic tongues derive their words for sun, Scottish Gaelic and Irish grian, from Proto-Celtic gresnar, which in turn he derives from the Proto-Indo-European root gwer, to be hot. Albanian also interestingly derives its word for sun, diel, from the PIE word gjelgos, yellow. Like with the euphemisms for the original PIE word hrtkios, bear, Proto-Germanic bero and Proto-Slavic medvied, meaning brown one and honey eater respectively, this calling the sun yellow is a tabooistic avoidance of speaking its true name. People feared that by speaking aloud the name of the bear, they might draw its presence, and they spoke around it, gradually leading to the total loss of words descended from hrtkios in these languages. Perhaps the sun was too glorious to the ancient Illyrians to speak of directly, and so his true name was lost to them. While these exceptions come from more secondary characteristics than just being the sun, they're neither of them particularly obscure. Where the moon is fleeting, arcane, and unknowable, the sun is direct, constant, and dependable, and yellow. Its cycle is, while briefer, paradoxically far more constant, that of the day and the night, extrapolated directly into the seasons and the year. The moon, by contrast, seems to undergo phases of its own within this broader cosmic turning, just as men ourselves do. The sun is an overwhelming and overbearing cosmic absolute that dominates our understanding. In the rare instances when its name is not simply an axiom, like in one account of the etymology of the Chinese taiyang, the highest form of yang, it embodies absolute and cosmic values that are often attributed to it. Indeed, such qualities find their highest expression in the sun, being referred to as solar in themselves. Instead of descending from some higher linguistic lineage, the sun is itself the proud progenitor of a host of later words. The word south ever so fittingly descends from Proto-Germanic sunthras, towards the sun. Victorian naturalist scholarship on religion tended heavily towards viewing the totality of mythology as poetic encoding of solar phenomena, to the degree that they are often called the solarists. Later scholars would reject this view for reasons such as how, as we saw in the Wordlore article on God, sky deities generally form the original supreme beings of different pantheons. There is a tendency in the history of religions for a sun god to dominate during a period of high civilization, specifically during imperial epochs. The supreme being becomes solarized during these eras. He becomes a fecundator and a limited creator. It's quite remarkable at times to see how starkly linguistics reflects observable phenomena and their natures. Perhaps it shouldn't be, but picking up on correspondences like this has always been thrilling to me. When we look back in history and see references made by people in the past to events that we are aware of from completely separate sources, it's strangely incredible to me that these events that I know took place in the same world actually cohere into a concrete whole. It's like when you find out that Aristotle taught Alexander the Great. The two seemingly separate worlds of history and philosophy clash together and show themselves as intertwined, as all things truly are. Language, when explored in this journey-like way, can reveal that excitement like few things can, that eureka of rediscovering that you are in a world, not a compartmentalized procession of hermetic categories. The resilience of the sun, as being named only for itself, is no accident, nor is the comparative mystery of the names of the moon. These are instantiations of truth, revealed through language. We must banish the view of language as a set of labels, as more or less arbitrary. This reductionism would see as incidental everything I have discussed above, not worth noting beyond sociological purposes of studying the cultural attitudes of speakers of a given language. An approach to language that lets it speak itself is needed to capture that distinct sense of joy, the reunion with the font of things. The example of the Albanian sun taboo should not only demonstrate an isolated cultural curiosity to us, but something essential and inherent to the nature of the sun. As the speakers of languages that tabooized the bear understood and poetically described the reality of the honey-eater better than any naturalist's designation of Ursus arctos of the family Ursidae ever could.